I'm Harrison Brown from Biking to the World, and I'm in Denver, Colorado!
I'm Harrison Brown, and I'm an adventure cyclist.
I'm going to be biking by myself over 6,000 miles from Fairbanks, Alaska, all the way to Key West, Florida.
Every day on the road is an adventure.
Let's start pedaling because the adventure begins right now.
After a lovely time in Big Sky country of Montana, it would be time for me to pedal to one of our nation's greatest treasures. Welcome to the Costco parking lot. I'm in Yellowstone National Park. It should be noted that I'm an executive member of Costco, receiving 2% cash back on all purchases made throughout the year. August is prime season for tourists in Yellowstone, but that wouldn't stop me from picking up a wholesale pack of paper towels or from seeing the Yellowstone Falls. There's two things I love: nature and being surrounded by people in nature. Well, I was climbing a fairly big pass right here in Yellowstone Park and you can see the rainstorm coming behind me, but on some spots, like right over here, you can see clear sky. But anyway, I decided to take a little bit of break. It's raining sporadically. I got a little rain, but more importantly, you can hear some thunder, and I want to be sure I don't get struck by lightning. I'm really close to tree lines, so if that lightning comes down, it's gonna be me on a bicycle. Does the philosophy work if you're in a car and you get struck by lightning, the wheels don't let the electricity get conducted on the ground? Does that apply for a bike? If that's the case, I should be okay. As the rain cleared up, I reached the top of the Dunraven Pass at 8,858 feet. It would be the highest pass that I had cycled. Well, I've spent a few days in Yellowstone National Park and Grand Tetons National Park. You can see the Tetons right behind me, and boy, are they magnificent. But now I've got to make my way to Jackson, Wyoming, and then onwards to Denver to see Phish at Dick's. I have exactly 2 weeks, 14 days from right now to make it to Dick's on time. Can I do it? I don't know. I think I can. Before I could get too far, I ran into an old friend. Hey, how's it going?
Great!
What has happened since the last time I saw you? Probably a month, but 4th of July, so that's like a month and a half ago.
1,000-ish miles ago?
Yeah.
500?
Yeah, where did you go since the last time I saw you?
So I crossed Washington, went up to Glacier National Park, spent 4 days there, went down to Missoula, 2 nights there, rode with a friend of mine from New Orleans and a dog for a week, which is awesome. And then came here. Spent 1 day in Yellowstone in a car.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need in Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Overrated.
So overrated. I definitely had like, large crowds of people.
So then you went to Jackson, then what happened when you got to Jackson?
Then I flew home to see my nephew, my new baby nephew.
How was that?
That was good.
How did it feel to go back to real life?
Not good.
What was it good about it?
It's, you're like thrown into these old routines that are not your routines anymore.
Yeah. So now where? We're in Jackson. You're headed north.
Heading north, and then I'll cross Wyoming, which I have to do in like 8 days.
You can do it.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna spend a week on the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Do you have something lined up there?
Yeah, I ended up getting in touch with a volunteer organization.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Marianne and I would soon be on our separate ways, but running into another cyclist again is sort of like finding a needle in the haystack. So be sure to keep up with Marianne's adventures on her webpage. I would then continue my ride south through Wyoming, and dealing with afternoon thunderstorms would soon become my routine on the road. So I've been dodging lightning and rainstorms, and I was really concerned about the lightning because you don't want to be up too high at high elevation and the lightning. I was really worried. And off in the distance, a couple miles, I could tell based on the distance between the thunder, there was lightning. I've been seeing smoke for a while, and now let's take a look at what we have over here. We have a forest fire right over here. It doesn't seem too bad, it seems somewhat contained. Nobody's here. This has been going on for at least 30 minutes. I just pulled up right now and actually saw the flames. I could see the smoke for a little bit. But that's why I have this thing on. It's not because I've been robbing banks, it's just so I don't get the smoke. It was coming right into my face for a while. But anyway, I'm gonna try and get through this and then move on. Now I'm headed into Utah to go to Dinosaur National Monument. It spreads across Utah and into Colorado. And I'm so excited because when I was growing up, I was a big fan of the movie Jurassic Park, as many of us were. And this place down in Utah and Colorado, Dinosaur National Park, they have actually done exactly that. They have taken dinosaur DNA, recreated dinosaurs, and now they roam free out in the desert of Utah and Colorado. I could not be more excited to see my first dinosaur. So onwards to Dinosaur National Park! This area is known as Flaming Gorge, and it's quite a coincidence because that's the exact same nickname I have for my saddle sores. I'm just a few miles away from Dinosaur National Monument, and I am so excited. I think everybody remembers the first day they see a real live dinosaur, and that day is going to be today for me. I've seen a lot of things, bears, moose, you think of it, I probably have seen it out on the road, but I've yet to see a real live dinosaur. And tonight I'll be camping underneath the stars, surrounded by bronciosauruses, pterodactyls. I don't think there's velociraptors or T-Rexes, but if there are, I'm gonna be there. I have a food bin that was safe for bears, and I'm pretty sure it's safe for dinosaurs, so I can't wait to see dinosaurs. This is so exciting. You read about them, you know, you saw cartoons of them, you know, Denver, the Last Dinosaur, Jurassic Park, Land of the Lost, you know, that sitcom, The Dinosaurs, and you just, you don't even think they exist. You thought they were just something of prehistoric times, and then you find out, oh, there's a little corner here in Utah and Colorado, and there's dinosaurs. And you're like, it actually ruins your childhood. You go, why didn't we come here when we were kids? Because as excited as I am now, I'd be way, way more excited if I was a kid. But I'm gonna pretend today I am a kid. I mean, I think when you see a dinosaur for the first time, you sort of become a kid. So anyway, just a few more miles away, and it's Dino Land for me.
I had finally arrived. From the visitor center, I would load up on a shuttle just like the ones at Universal Studios. There's the gate to keep the dinosaurs inside the park. Seems a little small, but I'm no dinosaur security expert. I'm just a big dino fan. The shuttle would drop me off at a building that had a mountainside of dinosaur fossils, but no real dinosaurs were in sight. So I had to ask one of the dinosaur handlers.
So where are the real dinosaurs?
Sorry, there are no real dinosaurs. We only have dinosaur fossils.
I feel like an idiot. I was under the impression there were real dinosaurs here. I guess scientists are stupid. Just a whole bunch of dinosaur bones. I mean, I came a long way just to see dinosaur bones. That's real stupid. Were you guys as disappointed as I was that there weren't real dinosaurs here?
Especially when that gate opened up and we came through.
Yeah, I was
like
pretty
Jurassic Park.
I thought it was gonna be real dinosaurs. I feel like an idiot.
So I wouldn't be camping out with dinosaurs, but there was a different kind of danger looming at the campsite as the dark clouds moved in and the wind picked up.
Did the dinosaurs have to put up with this?
A few days ago, I met a new cyclist on the road and had a new riding buddy named Tim.
I'm from the UK.
And where all have you gone?
All through Europe, through Turkey, through the Middle East, India, Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Indonesia, Australia, Alaska. British Columbia, Alberta, Montana, Wyoming, and here I am in Utah with Harrison.
What do you like about it?
Well, the freedom and the solitude sometimes, and mostly the people that you meet.
Anything you want to tell the world?
Can't remember the last time I felt angry.
Nice, that's a good one. The next couple of days, Tim and I would continue east towards Colorado.
Tim and I actually went in separate directions. I'm headed on towards Denver to see Phish, and Tim was headed on south and then back into Utah to see Moab, Bryce, and Zion, and then on through the southern tier, on through New Mexico, Texas, and then on to the East Coast. Who knows, our paths might cross again. But it's been on my tour that I've met some amazing people. I've been lucky enough to ride with 3 people. Tony up in Alaska, Marianne as we cross the border back into America, and then Tim in Montana. And it's really awesome to meet these people on the road. It's in life that you have connections with people, and even on the road you don't connect with every other cyclist on the road, but the ones that you do get to ride with for a few days, and you have the same mindset. You get to know everybody a little bit, and I've been very fortunate to meet and ride with some amazing people along my way, and I hope to meet some more as I keep pedaling on.
I continued heading east as I tried to avoid the fast-moving storms.
Well, I finally broke down. After a long day, I avoided the rain and then just got poured on. My shoes were wet, my socks were wet. I had no idea where I was gonna camp tonight. And so as I pulled into Craig, California, I saw the Travelers Inn. It looked like a pretty cheap hotel. I pulled in and I offered the lady at the front a little bit in cash, and she took it. And the best part is they had 2 leftover donuts, and I got the room and I got 2 donuts. Well, the last couple days coming through Colorado have actually been quite a big challenge. I've had to deal with the rain. I got completely soaked the other night, and it comes, it goes. I've had to ride in the rain more in the last couple days than I really have the entire trip. And then I've had wind from all crazy directions. Sometimes I got a crazy wind pushing me from behind, and then I have a crazy wind in front of me. And then the biggest factor right now has really been the cold temperature. All of a sudden the temperatures have dropped. I was 100 degrees, 100+ degrees up in eastern Washington just a few weeks ago, and now I'm down here in the 60s during the day, and has dropped as low as the 30s at night. And I switched out my heavy sleeping bag for a lighter sleeping bag that would be more compact, because I knew I was going to be getting into hot weather. I did this when I was in Seattle, so I knew as I got into eastern Washington and these 100-degree weathers I would be fine. I wouldn't need anything thicker. But here I haven't had my thick sleeping bag, so I still have my little one, and I've had to layer up. I've had as many layers as 4 pairs of socks on, 4 pairs of pants on, and 4 pairs of upperwear, including this jacket, my sweatshirt, my thermals, and everything. So it's been a tough challenge, but I'm just a few days away from hitting Denver and getting into Commerce City to see Phish at Dick's Sporting Goods Arena. That's why I always call it seeing Phish at Dick's. It's Dick's Sporting Goods Arena. And I always say it's never easy to get to a Phish show, and those are the ones that are gonna be great. So now that I've gone 4,000 miles, I've battled the heat, I've battled the cold, the rain, the wind, I'm ready to see 3 nights of awesome shows. But I still have several miles to go and a few more days to get there, but I think I can get there on time. Here I am just outside Walden, Colorado. If you've ever read the book Walden by Henry David Thoreau, this is where Walden Pond was located. This is where Henry David Thoreau would spend a year of his life in a very small, isolated cabin, living small, right here in Walden, Colorado. So you can see the Colorado Rockies right behind me. Last night I came by and then I stopped and camped. This morning they are now covered in snow. It's rained all night down where I am, but now they are covered in snow, and that's the pass that I'm about to go over to get my way into Fort Collins and then down to Denver to see Phish. So I'm almost to Denver, almost to Dick's Sporting Goods Arena to see Phish Labor Day weekend. I've just come in through Fort Collins into Longmont, Colorado, where I spent a day with my aunt and uncle and my cousin, and now I'm headed into Boulder, and then I'm gonna make my way into Denver, and then I'm gonna meet up with friends, and we're gonna have a great weekend jamming out to one of the best bands of all time, Phish. I can't wait to get there. Let's get biking!
Finally arrived in Denver, and I had finally made it to the greatest band of all time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I biked almost 4,500 miles, and tonight I am at Dick's Sporting Goods Arena, and I'm about to see Phish!
And I've been going past the Flaming Gorge area, and it's quite a it's quite a coincidence. It's quite a coincidence. It's quite a coincidence. It's quite a coincidence that that is the exact same nickname that I have for my saddle sores.